44 yards. Bass. No, he doesn't make it. Wide right. Wow. The two most dreaded words in Buffalo have surfaced again.
That's Mac Wilson, a true freshman, by the way.
Wide right. Wide right.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good evening, America. Welcome to another episode of Wide Right Sports Podcast. I'm here with your boy, Justin Desire. I'm Matt Clark. We're broadcasting live from the Wide Right Podcast studio in upstate New York. Yes. NFL schedule is out.
It's out.
It's out, and wow, has there been a lot of whining, a lot of moaning, a lot of celebrating, a lot of cheering, a lot of crying.
This is why we love sports.
Like every freaking emotion imaginable, we've seen it over the last couple days. What's your initial take on the situation when it comes to the strength of the schedule?
It's still, to me, there's so many variables that are going to take shape over the next few months that everyone has a reaction, right?
Right.
But it's almost too early to have a reaction.
But hold on a second. Why? Because I hear that a lot from people. Oh, we haven't even entered preseason yet. Dude, the teams are set. Okay?
Right. But
it's not like we're having tryouts. Let's be honest.
Well, everyone's having...
We know who's on the teams.
Yeah.
We know who's playing. I know that the Buffalo Bills don't really know what they're going to do with themselves and all the new players, right?
Yeah.
I know the Kansas City Chiefs look like KC. I know the Dolphins don't have really much new going on.
Yeah.
Look, we have a good idea.
Yeah.
So why can't we just put it together right now? Why do we have to wait until preseason?
And maybe it's my fantasy brain
Okay.
because there's
and that's okay. And I'm just because
right.
I'm just genuinely
There's
curious.
so many
I hear it
things.
a lot.
You're right. The schedule is set.
Right.
But there still has to be, no, you're right. The front end of every roster is set.
Right.
But the back end of every roster is not.
Sure.
Right. So there are so many preseason injuries, free agent signings, cuts, things that we don't know are going to happen over the next several months that are going to swing this thing wild so many different ways.
And I get that.
You know?
There's things that injuries, sure, but I mean, it's not like they're going to go full blitz
They're
during
not.
preseason or during training camp that they're going to injure somebody, right?
Yeah.
But let's just all things being considered. Let's just assume that nothing changes.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. The schedule, the team is who they say they are. The roster is who it is.
We are who we thought they were.
Right. Nobody's getting injured.
Right.
What is your initial reaction? Let's start with the Bills because clearly we're a Bills
Hey.
favored, biased podcast. What is your initial reaction to the schedule when it comes to the Buffalo Bills? And we're going to pull this up real quick.
Yeah.
We'll pull it up on the feed. Here's the schedule. I'm sure
That's last year's.
Why'd you put up?
Because we were going to compare them.
Oh, well, okay.
Remember?
Let's start with that.
Yeah.
No. We'll go to
Yeah.
we'll go to 2024 first.
Right,
And
yeah.
we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
So here's the schedule.
Right.
Okay. Here's the 2024 schedule. Let's take it from the top here.
From the top.
Okay.
Let's play a game.
Okay.
Okay. So in our comments for the fellow mafias that are on with us, let's do the way too early predictions, right? Based on the schedule. You want to go game by game, Matt?
I want to go game by game. And
Okay.
you tell me who's going to win. I'm going to tell you who's going to win.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So game one is Arizona.
Yeah.
Now, I believe I've said on several occasions, I think the first 4 weeks of the actual season are just an extended preseason. And my thought is the team with the most talent tends to win those games. So I'm going to go with the dub in week 1 for Buffalo.
You're going with a win.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Cardinals suck.
Yeah.
We have more talent than they do, right? So my thing is always these teams are still figuring themselves out, 4, 5, 6 weeks into the season as far as chemistry and clicks and that sort of thing, especially with as many new players as the Bills have. Yeah. But I still would say that we have more talent on the field than the Cardinals do. So I'm going with a dub in week 1. What about you?
I'm going to agree with you. I mean, you have to. If we lose to the Cardinals, man, that's our season shot right there. I'm calling it right now. Done.
Yeah, it's like blowing an Achilles in your first 4 plays.
Right.
Yeah.
The Bills will pull in there. Yeah. I'm going with a win against Arizona.
Okay.
At home, you got to.
Yeah.
Big open.
Season opener for the Bills.
I mean, why would... you're a little bit more clued in on what's going on around all of the NFL than I am.
Okay.
What's going on with the Cardinals?
Well, they have a quarterback that's short. We all know that, Kyler Murray. They did just draft Marvin Harrison Jr., right? The most vetted wide receiver in the draft.
So that's a big plus for them.
Outside of that, they got nothing.
Okay. So Marvin Harrison Jr.
There's not
is a
much
big
to
pull,
talk about.
But that is a big pull.
Right.
But I'm still going to give him a massive win.
I'm going to give him the dub. That's right.
All right. Next game, we got Miami Dolphins, prime time, 8:15 in Miami.
Yeah.
Miami have a lot to prove this year.
Yep, they do.
Josh Allen is 11-2 with Miami Dolphins up to this point.
Yep, sure is.
Miami struggle with the Bills.
Yeah.
What's going to happen?
After this game, he's going to be 11-3.
You think they're going to lose?
They're going to, the Bills, I think, will lose that game.
I'm going to agree with you on that one. I don't
it's too early. The Dolphins have more talent.
And they're at home. They have returning talent.
They have stability. We talked about that.
Right.
Yeah.
They have stability, and I'm not convinced that with all the shakeup that's happened over the last couple of weeks, last few weeks, I'm not convinced that we are going to see Josh Allen and the Bills march into Miami.
Nope. Not in week 2.
In week 2.
Nope.
And do their usual business.
If this was week 6 or 7, I might give them a chance.
Right.
Yep. Okay.
So we're putting now a loss down.
We agree so far.
We do. We do agree. We agree on that. Yes.
For those of you watching, our fellow Mafia fans, go ahead and put in the comments as we go game by game if they're going to take the win or take the L.
You got to keep an eye on those comments.
Yeah, I got them right here. Yeah, right. I got a lot of people watching. Thanks for everyone who's jumping in on the show
with
us.
Cheers, guys, by the way. It's
Thursday
night. We have our drink. We're drinking Blue Moons. We're doing little Belgian whites tonight. Yeah. We'd love to have you join us for a drink. This is our thing. It's all about having fun. It's all about relaxing. It's almost the weekend. Yeah. And if you don't have a drink, grab one, join us, and let's party.
Just remember, Friday's the day where you give like 5% at work. Right?
Yeah, if even that.
Yeah, okay, good. All right, so we're on to game 3, Jacksonville.
Okay.
Let me look at my notes here. I have them. Now, the Jags have had their number the last couple of years. Remember, they lost to them in London. Was that last year? I think it was.
By the way, I hate these freaking London games. Can we just talk about this just for a second?
But you love London. You lived in London.
I love London, but I hate, I absolutely hate the fact that we play these stupid games overseas.
Well, they're going to put a team over there. That's why they're doing this.
What are we doing?
They're expanding the NFL. They're going to create a European league.
There's already enough bullshit with putting these games on Amazon Prime and Netflix and now Peacock. I mean, no one knows where to watch a freaking game anymore.
Yeah.
Can we just bring football, American football, back to America and stop with this trying to make it
say, can you see?
This isn't the NHL. We don't need to go branch off into other countries and try to bring everybody. I don't understand why. Is it money?
Money. Yeah.
Yeah, but
money,
here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
I mean, how is it gonna do more harm than good? Do you think going over to London?
I don't think so, because when they have those games over there, the stadiums are sold out. Right. They're packed, right? It's just an additional revenue stream for the NFL at the end of the day, right? So they're golden, but Who knows? We'll see. They're gonna do what? Probably 4 or 5 expansion teams over the course of the next 10 years.
Oh, I hate this.
Right over in London. But you know what? It's a golden opportunity for. I've never been to London. I would go to a London game to watch the Bills.
And listen, from a tourism perspective,
Right.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
But we have to think about the players here. Them traveling overseas and being all, trust me, I've lived overseas, dude. The jet lag sucks.
Okay.
Okay? It takes days to get through jet lag.
Well, that's why I was so pissed last year why the Bills flew like 2 days before playing in London, and they wonder why we got smoked.
By
And
a team
the Jaguars who had already been there for 2 weeks.
100%. Right. You cannot turn to me and say, "Oh, that's just an excuse." No, that is a very
that's legit.
valid, legit excuse. Yeah. So if they're going to set these teams over there, they really have to think about letting them get acclimated, but they don't have much time. All right, back to the schedule.
I mean, I'm fucked up when I fly to Florida.
There's not even
about going over the pond.
There's not even a time difference in Florida. California, I can understand.
Right, so Jackson, I'm going to say they're going to win that game before we move on.
So you got 3 wins now. And
I got 2 because they're going to lose to Miami.
We agree.
Yeah.
We agree that the Bills are going to win in week 1.
Yeah.
We agree that the Bills are going to lose in week 2. I'm going to agree with you on week 3.
Jeremy said jet lag's a myth.
Jeremy, I lived in Shanghai, buddy. Okay, jet lag fucking sucks. Okay, it's literally a 12-hour difference. Like you're sleeping when you should be awake, and vice versa.
It's a real thing.
And if Jeremy wants to come on the show, we'll throw him a link tonight. Okay, so Jeremy, we'll throw that link out if you want to come on. Week 3, we agree that the Bills are going to beat the Jags. Awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
We're now in Baltimore. What's going on against Lamar Jackson?
Lamar, Lamarvelous in the regular season.
Yep.
At Baltimore, I have him taking the L against the Ravens.
I'm going to give you that.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. So far, we're 2-2 in week 4.
Yeah, we are. Oh, our buddy Jeff is on, and he said the Bills seem to continue to lose against Jacksonville, which should be an easy team to beat. We lose against the easy teams, which is valid. We lose all the trap games.
Thanks for the comment, Jeff.
Cheers, Jeff. Cheers. All right, so what do we have? Houston?
We've got Houston next.
At Houston.
Stephon
Diggs' new team. Mm-hmm. I'm say they're going to take the L in Houston.
See, this is where we're going to part company.
Okay.
The Bills have a lot to prove against Houston. And yes, CJ Stroud and Diggs are going to be awesome to watch this year. They're not to be underestimated by any means.
Yep.
Diggs is going to get all freaking stupid and emotional and do dumb shit.
Why? He never does.
He's going to get all.
What are you talking about?
Diggs is going to come out and try too hard, and he's going to blow it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm calling a Diggs right now.
Okay. All right.
So I'm going to give the Bills a win.
Now,
in
Houston. Are you saying they will lose because of Diggs?
No.
Okay.
No,
right,
I'm just saying. I just don't see. I think Diggs is so bitter, and he's got such a chip on his shoulder right now. He's going to come out and try to prove too much,
and he'll fuck it up.
He'll fuck it up.
Right.
He'll blow it.
All right.
He'll blow it.
All right. So we differ on that one. All right.
Okay.
The New York Jets, week 8. Is that what that says? Week 6. Week 6.
We're week 6, 8:15.
And this is at New York.
This is Monday Night Football.
Oh, what do I have down here? I think we're going to get the dub on that one.
I do too. I
got them down for the W.
Yeah, I do too. I don't think we're going to.
And we're going to share our tallies at the end. For those of you listening, put in your comments.
Are you tailing mine, by the way? Because I'm not tailing mine. I have to produce the show.
You said.
So I got Buffalo winning against Arizona, losing, win in Jacksonville,
and
loss in Baltimore, and I'm going to give them a win in Houston and a win in New York.
Okay, got it. Okay. All right, good. Okay. All right. So then we're on to Tennessee.
Okay.
The Tennessee Trash Fire. Mm-hmm. Right. They should take the UW there.
I'm going to give them a W.
Here's the problem. Like, I'm legit, and I kind of pride myself on knowing what the hell I'm talking about and knowing the league abroad. I don't know if I can name one player on the Titans right now.
I don't.
Is Ryan Tannehill still their quarterback? I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
Derrick Henry. Has Derrick Henry been traded? Isn't he on the Ravens? Pretty sure he got traded. I'm not sure, but yeah, the Titans. I'm gonna give them that one. Okay. All right.
What
What are you going with?
The Titans are going to give them a win.
You're going to give them a win?
We're
Okay.
home.
All right,
We're coming off Baltimore, a loss with Baltimore. We're coming off Houston.
Oh, Will
Jets.
Levis. Thank you, Jeremiah. Yes, he's their quarterback. He's a bum, too.
So we're going to give them a win.
Yeah, we're going to give him the win.
We're going to have to stop right there. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're at week 7.
We'll keep it rolling.
And we have 10 more weeks to go. Are the Buffalo Bills going to have an over-under season by the time we're done with the tale? You guys stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, so if you don't have a funnel, I want you all to go get we're going to funnel beers in the snack. No, we're not going to.
We need to get beer helmets.
Yeah, we will. Well, your friend Jeff's on, right? There's
Yeah,
a
he's
couple of your
watching.
boys on.
Yeah.
Jeff, we want you to bring a beer helmet to the next show that you're going to be a guest on, okay?
Yes.
We will have beer helmets for week 1. For those of you who are just joining us, we're talking about the Buffalo Bills schedule, the strength of the schedule, and whether we think the Bills are going to have an over/under year. So far, looking at this schedule, we have Justin and I have disagreed on
one game.
1 week,
The Houston game.
and that is the Houston game
Yep.
against C.J. Stroud
Yep.
and former wide receiver
Drama Diggs.
Drama Diggs.
Yep.
Justin said he thinks the Bills are going to lose that game. I think Diggs is going to try to compensate,
Okay.
and screw it all up.
Okay.
So I got him down for a loss. We are at week 8 against the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle.
Okay.
And what's your take on this game?
This one, I do have them down for the win.
You
I
do?
went back and forth on this because it's an extreme West Coast game.
Yep.
You know, they're not just going to, say, Vegas. They're going all the way up to the Pacific Northwest. Shout out to Tacoma. Used to live there. Loved it. But I'm going to give them the dub just because Seattle, I just think we have more pieces than Seattle does.
So, I have a very sneaky suspicion that the Seahawks are going to beat us this year.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to put us down for a loss in Seattle. And the last Seahawks game, I think it was a few years ago. We don't meet the Seahawks that often. I do believe I wouldn't say we trounced them, but we did beat them.
Yeah,
you must
we
have
did.
done your research. I know we definitely beat them.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. But Seattle is,
But it wasn't like a walk in the park.
No,
it never is.
And Seattle's like a handful of other teams, regardless of whatever their record is. Seattle generally plays everybody tough, especially at home with that home crowd, the 12th man. And that is a long flight, a long road trip, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, I'm going to go with I'm still going to give them the win, but you're going with a loss.
I'm going to go with the loss
all
against the Seahawks. Yes.
Okay. And then we are back on to Miami.
Okay. So now we're back home. We're back home with Miami.
Yeah.
I'm going with the win on this one.
Yeah, I'm going with the win
I
as
put them
well.
as a
Yeah.
loss in Miami. We're going to get our shit together. We're
Yeah.
going to win. What's the
Exactly.
record so far?
So far, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins. You're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins as well.
Okay. So we both have 6 and
Just
what?
different. Yeah, we split on 2. Yeah.
We're both 6 and...
One,
How many
2,
losses?
3. 1, 2, 3.
So we're both 6 and 3.
Yeah. What? 8 weeks into the season? 9 weeks into
9
the
weeks.
season?
All right. We're 6 and 3, 9
Math
weeks.
is hard.
Week 10.
Yeah.
Colts in Indianapolis, 1 p.m.
Yeah. I got them down for an L on this one.
Do you?
That's a trap game.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Anthony Richardson's coming back this year. They gotta remember. I'm not gonna go off. See, I remember shit. Indianapolis is my dark horse pick of the year.
That's right.
Okay, all right.
That
So,
was.
what do you got?
I'm going to put them down for a win.
You're gonna put them for a win.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Yep. I do think I don't really feel that threatened by the Colts this year.
Okay.
It is in...
Do you feel threatened by the Bills, though?
I do feel threatened by the Bills. I do.
All right.
I'm not sure whether to be excited or scared to death of
terrified.
Coleman or terrified of Coleman.
Yeah.
But you know why I'm going to give them the win? Because they're going to come off a win of Miami, and they're going to be hot. They're going to be hot. They're going to be loving life. We just took them. Now we've got Kansas City home. The game of the year, Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen in Kansas City, 4:25 p.m.
This is in Kansas City?
No, I'm sorry.
It's at home. Okay.
It's home.
All right. Well, we have beat Kansas City in the regular season the last 2 years in a row. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go with the L on this one because I'm doing a little bit of voodoo magic here.
Yep.
I'm going to say we're going to lose to them in the regular season because we beat them in the playoffs.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So I'm giving them the L on this one.
Okay.
What are you going with?
I'm going to go with a loss.
Okay.
I am. I'm going to agree with you there. I don't think. Here's why. We're a total. I was listening to Mad Dog Sports as I do usually. Most days before our own show because I like to hear what they're saying.
Yeah, sure.
They got some good commentary on that show, and I forgot what show it was, but he said, "Listen, whether the Bills want to admit it or not, they are a transition team right now." Okay, that was his comment.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't want to go as far as calling them a transition team, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, nobody likes to be called trans.
Well, that's just the world we live in. so trans or not, the Bills are trans right now.
Yeah, they are.
And they're doing they're doing the whole, they're making moves, they're shuffling it all up.
Yeah, sure.
The thing is, there's a lot of instability.
There is. We've talked about this.
And there's a lot. They're not the predictable team that they were last year.
No.
It doesn't mean that they're not going to win games or win big games, but you have to remember, the Bills came out swinging with a very stable team last year.
Right.
I think the best team we're going to see in a while. I mean, maybe we'll see a good team this year. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe over the next few years we'll see a great team. But let's be honest.
We don't know.
Were the Bills at the best we've seen them in years last year?
Yeah.
Were they better a couple years ago? Or was that the best? Like, this is what pisses me off about the Bills, is that was the best the Bills could have possibly been.
Yeah.
I don't think the Bills could have had a better team. And they still lost to the Eagles. They still only win KC by 3.
Right. Yeah.
Right? So now this year they're going in with a freaking
trans team.
Duct tape together rigged team of just like whatever they can find on the streets.
Yeah.
They're not going to fucking march through Kansas or march through the
They're not going to
Chiefs
march through the
and
AFC.
They're not going to march through anything. No. So I don't think they're going to beat.
I go
do we
back
both
to,
have them for a loss on KC?
We do.
Yeah.
And I think I go back to our Margarita Night show where you showed the picture of the Bills championship window and it was boarded up and all broken and shit like that, right?
The Bills aren't. Dude, we'll be lucky if we see the Bills in the playoffs.
Okay. All right, good. So we're on to San Francisco.
Loss.
Yep, I got them for an L.
Purdy's not gonna let.
And that defense is just insane.
No.
Okay.
Loss.
Rams?
I'm gonna put them down for a loss.
Me too.
Yep. New head coach, right?
Yep. No, they still got McVay.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I get them confused with Harbaugh.
Yep, that's all right. Yeah.
But I'm going to put them down for
Yep.
loss. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to. What did they do last year? I know we played the Chargers last year. Do we remember?
No, we didn't play the Rams last year.
I'm
no.
sorry, the Rams.
No,
I see. I keep confusing with the Chargers.
Yeah. Well, you got 2 fucking teams in LA.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
And again, my thought on that is I'm already giving them the win in Seattle, which is a stretch. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to also give them a win in LA.
Right.
Right. All right. Then we're on to Detroit.
See, this is where the Bills break down.
Yeah, I have them down here on a 4-game losing streak.
So do I.
Yeah.
They're not going to. I think the Lions are going to
Yep.
Win that game. It's in Detroit.
Yep. They're going to get smoked. Is what I think.
See, I don't think they're going to get smoked. I just think we're going to lose, maybe by a field goal. We're going to do our usual 13-second
But remember,
bullshit.
we beat the Bills we beat the Lions last year on Thanksgiving Day. on national TV. The Lions
again, we just don't have the team.
We do. That's what I'm saying.
We don't have the team this year. We can't. I can't look at what we did last year and say, oh well, we took them last year. It's just it's apples to oranges now with this team. Let's see what's going on with the comments. By the way, are people? Do people think
we just got a lot of people that are watching, which we love.
Do people think we're freaking batshit crazy right now with these predictions? I'd like to know, guys. Are we way off?
Yeah, throw in the comments. Are we crazy? Are we off our meds?
Yeah, like do you think we're on to something here?
Right.
But so far, let's see. I got the Bills down for 1, 2, 3. What do I have? How many wins do I have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 wins.
And you're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 losses.
I'm at 7-7 by week 15.
Yep.
With the Bills.
Yep. Yep.
And I hate to say it, it's probably right where they should be.
Right?
I really hate to say it.
So just like, I'll just put this out there, just like you and I just ran the table together. We have them on a 4-game losing streak from Kansas City all the way through Detroit.
I think that's fair.
I then have them on a 3-game winning streak to end the season.
I don't.
Okay. So what do you have for New England?
So I've got them winning against New England at home.
Okay.
Did I say they? No, we did. We both picked winning against the Jets in away.
Yeah.
We're gonna beat the Jets again.
Okay.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers will even be around by that point.
All right.
And I'm gonna go with a loss.
You are
in New England and
against the woeful Patriots.
I think we did lose to them last year. Didn't we?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
we did lose to them, and we lost to them with our all-star freaking team.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not giving them a win in New England next year.
All right. So you have. Well, you were just at 7-7 after the, so you're at 9-8.
9-8.
Oh, wait, that's not right because there's an 18 game season. All right, so you're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got 9 wins. Then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, it's 17 weeks. That's right.
Right.
So you got them going 9-8.
Mm-hmm.
I got them going. Wait, that's still not right.
Have we had too much to drink?
Math is hard. Because I got them going 9-9. Oh, the bye week.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm 9-8 as well.
Yeah,
well, so we picked different games, but we have the same record.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's how little faith we both have in the Buffalo Bills this year.
So then the over/under, according to Wide Right Sports, would be over/under 9.5.
Right.
Okay, so for there it is. It's official.
There it is.
John McConnell says, I just can't see 4 straight losses at the end of the season unless injury bug hits bad like last year.
You know what, John? And that's a very good point.
It is.
Somebody's going to get injured.
Yep, somebody.
And that even makes me more confident
right.
in my 4-week loss streak.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah.
Now, if they all stay healthy, and you know what? Listen, it could go the other way. We could see Coleman, Shakir, Kincaid, Knox. Who's our other boy? The dude from freaking wherever we just got him. Clay something. What's his name? What's that?
Oh, God. No, stop. Claypool? No,
I don't know. I'm just saying we might be surprised, and it might all come together. And I'm not going to forget that we do have Josh Allen. Okay? We still got, I think, and you might laugh at me well, I don't know if you will, Justin, but some people might laugh at me over this comment. I think we got the best quarterback in the NFL. I do. And fantasy football thinks so too. Okay, according to rankings.
Yeah.
But I think pound for pound, Josh Allen by himself is not just one of the best, but I do think he's the best.
Okay.
I mean, who's better than Josh Allen right now?
Mahomes.
You really think Mahomes? No. Take away Mahomes' nonsense, and does Mahomes versus Josh Allen? Is you really think Mahomes is better?
I'm saying that
if
just
you
from
look at Josh's running yards. Look at Josh's
of course.
receive. Look at
I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm saying that you're talking 1A and 1B, maybe, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, but when a play needs to be played, when a play needs to be made, Mahomes makes the play. Right.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I'd give him the edge. Right.
And he does, and he's proved it time and time again.
Right.
So now, So I got into a little bit of an argument last night.
You did.
With somebody on Facebook, a good friend of mine. And she's like, she's very, it doesn't matter what's going to happen. She's like, Bills are going to be awesome. They're going to go all the way and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, she's a homer.
She's a homer. She's a total homer. Okay. And she was trying to tell me that this schedule this year is nothing close to as brutal as last year's schedule. And I was like, you are out of your freaking mind if you honestly believe that. Because I think this schedule, and according to analysts, it's the second hardest schedule of all 32 teams. But stay tuned, guys. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Are you ready?
We don't have rocks glasses, by the way. We need rocks glasses.
We do.
We're not able to drink our whiskey behind us, even if we wanted to, because we don't have the glasses.
Yeah, we need rocks
So
glasses.
I may have to summons up to the upstairs admin office, i.e. my wife.
The executive suite.
The executive suite, and have them bring us down some rocks glasses.
The CEO.
Yeah, the CEO, i.e. Juliet. So, all right, let's take a look at last year's schedule. Okay. We have the Bills going 9-8. Right.
Yep. So this year's over-under is 9.5. Put in your comments if you think the Bills are going to go over or under 9.5 games this year.
Right.
All right. Thank you.
I think it's safe to say that with everything that's going on. So the question is, we'll throw this up on the screen. What's the question here that we want people to comment? Are the Bills, or what's the question?
Will the Bills over under 9.5 on the Bills 2024 schedule?
All right, that's it. You've heard it first. 9.5 on the Bills 2024 schedule. All right. So go ahead, guys. Let us know.
Throw it up. Throw it up.
Are we insane, or do you think that is the deal? Over under 9.5 on the Bills 2024
And if I may, now that we just kind of did that exercise, I still think that's being very generous. Because I could very easily see the Bills going 6-9.
I'll tell you right now, if it wasn't for Josh Allen,
10, whatever.
I wouldn't even give the Bills 3 wins. If it wasn't for Josh. Yeah. So last night I got into it with somebody, and I was, she was, I give her credit for trying to be optimistic, and her telling me that, listen, have faith, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I've told you this, Justin, numerous times. I'm more into the business side of the sport than I am the actual teams.
Yep.
I like I'm an analyst when it comes to football.
Right.
Okay. I watch it. I get into it. Sometimes I get a little bit too emotional.
Never.
Especially when I think, oh my God, are we going to actually go all the way this year? Of course we don't. Never.
Of course.
But Josh Allen sucks me in, and I think when we finally do make the playoffs after nearly missing the playoffs, that okay, we're back in business. And then, of course, we're not.
Yeah.
But other than that one moment throughout the year at the very end of the season where we finally get our shit together, the rest of the season I'm analyzing the situation.
Yeah.
And I like that much better than being an emotional train wreck.
Sure.
Okay? So a good friend of mine last night, she was telling me, well, this schedule's nowhere near as brutal as last year.
Come on.
And I was
Stop.
I was like, how could you honestly think that when last year's schedule looked like this?
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
This was a joke.
Yeah.
We should have destroyed this schedule. Let's take a look at last year's schedule. So if you're just joining us, we're talking about the 2023. This is not this year's schedule. This is last year's schedule. And last year's schedule, should have been a walk in the park. Jets.
Win.
Pats.
Win.
Raiders.
Win.
Tampa Bay.
Win.
Kansas City. Our first tough game.
All right, let's give them. Let's call it a wash. Let's call it a push.
Kansas Commanders.
Yeah, that's a win.
Like
that's a win.
The Bengals.
Without Joe Burrow, that should have been a win.
Yep. Dallas didn't do shit last year. They were not even a plus .500 team.
That's a
until,
push,
the very
call
end.
it, even if we're being generous.
Okay.
So you have 2 push games.
Yeah. Dolphins.
Let's give them another push.
Okay. Broncos.
Win.
Okay. Chargers.
Win.
Jags.
Win.
Again.
Yeah. Jets
London
win.
fucked it up.
Yeah.
Jet lag.
Yeah.
Okay. Jets.
Win.
Pats.
Win.
Giants.
Win. Trash.
Eagles.
Push,
and we lost.
Right.
Dolphins.
Push. So we had 5 pushes. So they had 5 questionable
No
games.
Lamar Jackson.
Right, yeah.
No Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Not even close. Not even close.
So we had the best team the Bills are going to have
Right.
for a long time.
So you had 5 questionable
And
games in there, right? Go back up to our schedule this year, please, sir.
So we go back up to the schedule here.
All right. And we just called it, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 potential really tough games this year, right? That we called a loss on.
What games here, real quick, before I go up to the 2024?
Yeah, sure.
What games are really that? And I said, are you serious? The one real team we played was KC last year.
Kansas City. And to be fair, you could say Dallas and Philly. Let's give them those, right? Dallas and Philly, and then they're rolling through all of those other teams, right? So we just said again, there's 8 games on the schedule this year that we have down for losses. If they did what they should have done last year, they would have went 14-3, right?
Absolutely.
If they lost the 3 games that were potentially challenging games, right?
With their most well put together team
Exactly.
they've had in a very long time. So now we go back to the 2024 schedule.
Yep.
And that looks like something like this.
Yep.
And again, Houston, you got CJ Stroud,
Yep.
second year. He crushed it last year.
Baltimore.
Miami,
San Francisco.
Detroit,
Kansas City. Detroit.
I mean,
Yeah. And the divisional games are always tricky, but again, with the outside of the Dolphins, they should handle most of those.
Right.
So, yeah.
So I think this year's way harder, and Pro Football Network has actually
There it is.
kind of concluded that. And listen, everybody's got their opinion. Here's the strength of the schedule. I have to do a lot more research before I can categorically say that the Bills have. I agree that the Bills have the second toughest schedule, but they've got a pretty damn
Well,
tough
here's the problem with these. I've seen this, and I've seen others today already. Depending on what source you're looking at, I've seen the Bills have the 11th hardest schedule, the 6th hardest schedule, the second hardest, and a variety of other teams. They're all over the place,
schedule.
right?
Yeah.
But when I look at this, I look at the trends, right? So you look at the top 5 teams. Let's just go off of this schedule, they're all in the AFC. Okay, so that stands good for the Bills because if other teams in the AFC that they're going to directly be competing with have difficult schedules as well, that could help out down the line.
Right.
Right. So, but again, these things are all over the place. I mean, and here's the thing. Look down at the bottom of this. If the Bears do work, they have the the 6th easiest schedule
Right.
in the NFL. Right. So if Caleb Williams and DJ Moore and Keenan Allen, right, and all these boys, DeAndre Swift, right? I mean, the Bears could make some noise, right? But look at my Colts; they're the dark horse of the year, sitting in the 7th easiest schedule. So it's going to be fun to watch.
So I got the Raiders as my dark horse.
You do have the Raiders.
Apparently,
The Raiders.
Apparently, they have the 10th easiest schedule,
Okay.
or 10th hardest schedule, I guess you can say.
Dolphins are right in the middle.
Speaking of the Dolphins, let's take a look at the Dolphins real quick. Let's
Yeah,
see
let's
what
take a look at their,
see what the Dolphins got
Take a look
going
at their
on.
swanky schedule. Hey, do you like my Bills America hat tonight?
By the way, does Jeremy want to come on the show? Jeremy, are you still with us? Are you
No,
going
he
on
said
tonight?
he could come on at like 10:30.
Did he? Perfect.
did,
We'll patch Jeremy if we have time.
Do you see my Bills America hat?
I do like it, by the
Right?
way. Let's just shoot.
So
that is
we were
perfect.
talking a few weeks ago about who America's team is, and I've had this snazzy little hat the Bills logo with the American flag, America. All right, so
I love it.
Here we go.
You've got great hats, man. Where do you get your hats, by the way? Where do you get these?
Mostly Lids, actually.
Is that where you do?
Yeah,
You
I get
go
most of my
Lids?
hats at Lids, yeah.
What is it, the mall or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Those are great. That's a great
Or I get them
hat.
online.
I
Yeah.
love that
Yeah.
hat. Well,
So-
you know what we should do that can pay for the show? We should sell hats.
Oh, sell hats. Well, we are selling our coasters.
We'll have to get a partnership agreement with Lids and,
Yeah.
and push hats.
Yeah.
'Cause-
They
but
really
you
need
do
our
have
help.
Some good style.
Lids really needs our help,
Yes,
Matt.
yeah, they do. All right, back to the Miami schedule. We have, according to, let's see, now I've heard some analysts, even ESPN actually,
Okay.
I heard they said that Miami had one of the hardest schedules.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I think that's what some comments said that I've read, that according to ESPN analysts, Miami is the hardest schedule. Let's take a look at the
They do
Miami
got a tough
schedule.
one looking at this.
So this is the 2024 schedule, Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
Miami is Buffalo's only real threat, let's
Right.
be honest.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to Miami and Buffalo for the AFC
It should,
East.
right.
Yeah, it should. I really don't, again, with Josh Allen, I don't see them assing out that hard against the Jets or the Pats.
No.
I don't see it happening. That said, if they do get beat up with all their tough schedule, then we might not even see them get a chance.
Sure.
All right, so Miami against the Jags in week 1.
I'm going to give that to Miami.
Yeah, I am too.
Right.
Yeah.
Tennessee, I'll give that to Miami.
I'm
Wait,
gonna-
that's week 4, sorry. Buffalo
Bills,
week 2.
we
We already said
lo-
Miami.
We
yeah.
did say Miami.
Yeah.
Yep. Seahawks.
I'll give them Seattle.
I'll give them Seattle as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to give them Titans.
Yeah.
I'm going to give them the Pats.
So they're 5-0.
5-0 before their bye week.
Okay. That's an early bye week, though.
Yep. Now you gave the Colts win. You gave the Colts a win against the Bills.
I did.
Are you going to do the same for Miami?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
You're going to give them a win.
Yep, I am.
So you're going to give them a win against Arizona too, then, aren't you?
I am.
And then you're going to give them their first loss
I
against
am.
Buffalo. Wow.
Yep.
So they're
So they'll be 7-1.
with, with the bye week.
Yep. Yep.
L.A.
Where is it away?
It is.
I can't see
home.
from here. Home? Oh, jeez.
Wait,
Yeah,
hold
I'll-
on a second. Yes, it's. I don't know. What's it?
Oh, the dark
sorry.
ones are
it's
home,
away.
so
it's
it's
away.
I'm gonna give them the win. I'm gonna give them an L on that one.
You're, okay.
Yeah.
So that's their second loss.
Yeah.
I'm going to give them a win with the Raiders.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah,
They're
I
not gonna
agree.
lose to
I
the
agree.
Raiders.
Yeah,
They're gonna
certainly.
lose. And I don't think they're going to lose to the Pats either.
No, they're not gonna lose to the Pats.
Green Bay's going to be an interesting.
I'm gonna give them an L on.
Are
Green
you?
Bay.
I
Yeah.
think I have to agree with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I think Green Bay is going to be a team that comes out of nowhere. But I can't say it comes out of nowhere because they played well last year. Mm-hmm. I think Green Bay is going to be a big deal this year. Jets, I think the Jets will play them hard, but that's at home. I'm going to give them another one. Okay. Houston, that's away.
Okay.
I'm going to give that to Houston. What do you think?
Yes, I'm going with C.J. Stroud in that game.
And then you got this 49ers. I think the 49ers will handle them. You agree?
I do.
Yeah. Okay. And then who's that? Is that the Browns? Who is that?
Then we have the Browns. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to give the Browns that one.
Okay.
And then the Jets away.
I have them beating the Jets again.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't think.
Okay, so we have the Dolphins going 11-6.
So it's a better record than
11 and a
Buffalo
6.
by
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
So we have the Dolphins. Mm-hmm. We have the Dolphins.
Mr. Jeff took the under, by the way, on the Bills.
Did he?
Yeah.
He took the under.
Yeah. Yeah. See, a realistic Bills fan. I like that.
Yeah.
You know? Okay. So we have the Dolphins at wide right going 11-6 this year. The Bills going 9-8. With a 9.5 over under. Okay, so so we'll see how she goes. But that was fun. That was a fun activity.
We'll have to post that.
Yeah.
And it'll be very interesting to see what happens this year. So a lot of talk about Jared Goff, right? Lots of talk about that.
Money. Yeah. Money. Yeah.
So the Lions and QB Jared Goff have agreed to a 4-year, $212 million extension. We posted that on our page today, asking everybody what they thought about that contract. Okay.
I think it's deserved.
A criminally undervalued player now finally getting his big contract.
Long overdue.
According to Football Fanatics.
Yep.
Extension with $170 million guaranteed. So stay tuned, guys. We'll talk about that when we get back. All right, so is Jared Goff worth the $212 million contract that he's just been given, the Detroit Lions? I want to start off by saying I think, and I was really happy to see the Lions do what they did last year, and I think this year I would like to see, I think we all would like to see the Lions go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, of course.
I think they deserve it. I think they put in the work.
Yep. That fan base has suffered long enough.
Is Goff the next Purdy?
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
But is he worth the $212 million
Yes.
contract with $170 million guaranteed? You say yes.
Yes, and yes.
Why?
Jared Goff has been one of the most steady quarterbacks in the NFL probably for the last half dozen years, okay? Whether it was at Los Angeles, now in Detroit. People forget that he took the Rams to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
People forget that the Rams were continually contending, maybe at that time in the toughest division in the NFL, and certainly in the much stronger conference. Oh, you're refilling over there.
We're going to refill our drinks,
Attaboy.
by the way. If you
Attaboy.
are having a drink, we're going
Nice.
to do whiskey now. It's Thursday night. I'm feeling a little frisky with the whiskey.
There you go.
We're going to try not to get ice all over the studio mixers.
So
Because I get yelled at every time I do that.
no, yeah, let's not ruin. We did have a tech issue.
What
so
are you guys
let's
drinking, by the way? What's everyone drinking? This is the part of the show where we start to get more drunk than we
Put it in the
probably
comments.
should.
What is everybody drinking? We really want to know. Remember a few weeks ago, a guy said milk.
So we have,
is
and I want
great.
to know. So I want to know. I'd like to know from everybody what do you think I should drink?
Yeah, let's put it up to the crowd.
Let's put a vote out.
All right.
Behind me,
You're gonna fill Matt's glass.
You're gonna fill my glass.
We need
okay?
some music. Do 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 do.
We'll get that scheduled for next week. Okay, this is the portion of the show where you fill Matt's glass.
That's great. Fill Matt's glass.
That's a new thing. So we have some Tennessee honey. We have some Crown Royal vanilla, Crown Royal apple. We have some McLaren limited edition.
No.
Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a beautiful bottle, by the way, Justin. Thank you.
Of course.
We have superfan John McConnell, Buffalo Trace. Okay. This is a beautiful bottle
Steady
of Buffalo
choice.
Trace. If you feel like donating a bottle of the show, drop a comment. I'll send you my address. And we have Barstool Sports.
Ooh, a little pink Whitney.
A little pink Whitney. Okay, which, by the way, they did a great job. We got pretty drunk off this stuff the other night.
Yeah, I should not have drove home that night.
It's easy drinking,
Yep.
a little bit too easy.
Yeah.
Okay, so fill my glass.
Fill Matt's glass.
Any recommendations? First recommendation. First comment that comes in, I'm doing it.
First comment. Let's go.
Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo
whiskey.
Trace.
Whitney, Pink Whitney vodka.
Crown.
Crown. Tennessee honey.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. I hope somebody tells me to drink Tennessee honey.
Very good. So we'll give that a few seconds to fire up.
Well, hurry up, guys, because the show's going to almost be over soon. I really want to know. what I should be drinking. Let us know.
There it is, Tennessee Honey.
Boom. Who said
Tennessee
it?
Honey.
John McConnell?
Right? No, it's just a viewer. I'm not sure, but they just said Tennessee Honey.
Oh, well, thank you so
All right,
much.
very good. Excellent. Good.
Who is it, by the way? What's his name? His, her?
Oh, God, Fritz Huppert?
Okay.
I think.
Fritz.
Yeah.
Well, let me, I'd like to say thank you.
Yeah, very good.
For that wonderful recommendation.
Yeah, very
because
nice.
It's been a while since
you just filled Matt's glass.
Yes, we need
like a theme show.
We need a sound effect for that. You just filled my glass.
Very good. Very good.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Good. So we're talking about Goff's contract. Okay.
Totally worth it.
And you say it's worth it. All
yeah,
right.
he's been steady, and I'm not just saying like if you're a fantasy football head or if you're just a fan. This guy has been steady Eddie for the last several years. He's always had his team in contention, and you really have to, in my view, admire what he's meant to this Detroit franchise the last 2 seasons he's been there. He turned this team from just an annual clown show. You never had any expectations for this team to now a perennial powerhouse in the NFC. So, and you look at some of the contracts these other guys are getting out there that are far beyond his, that in my view aren't even half as good as Goff. He deserves it. So I'm on this all day long. I think it's well deserved. I think Detroit's going to be contenders for the next 5 years probably due to this extension.
Right.
It's a 4-year, right? So Detroit's not going anywhere.
No,
so I love this.
How old's Goff? He's young.
He's young 30s. Yep.
What's his history right now? What's
he won a Super Bowl in LA.
Right, but when did how long has he been on the scene?
Probably about he's going on a decade.
Right, so he's
I'd say.
Oh, see, he's getting up there. I mean, let's be honest.
But this is his first bag, so I'm happy for him.
I mean, he's already got a Super Bowl under his belt.
Yep.
No, well worth it. Absolutely, absolutely worth it. Now, here's a question.
Let's get serious.
Okay, we're going to get serious here for a minute. This is a question that's being thrown out there. Why? I don't know. It's the most ridiculous question I've ever.
Is it?
I think so. And actually, I'll be interesting to hear what your take is, Justin.
Okay.
But Aaron Rodgers, okay, according to who said it here, our boy Jones.
Yeah, James Jones.
Aaron Rodgers, he said, quote unquote, Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback than Josh Allen today, tomorrow, yesterday, the day before yesterday, the night before yesterday, the morning before yesterday. Let's have a listen, okay? This is getting a lot of controversy.
And we sitting here saying a man that since he came into the National Football League ain't smelt the Super Bowl, ain't smelt none of that stuff.
Oh, wow.
Is way better than Aaron Rodgers?
So can I ask you this? Who's better right now, James? All this, you took the world.
Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback than Josh Allen.
You took the world on this roller coaster.
I will say that to the world.
You took the world on this roller coaster.
Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback than Josh Allen. Today, tomorrow, yesterday, the day before yesterday, the night before yesterday, the morning before yesterday, Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback than Josh Allen. Point blank, period.
Oh, come on. I mean, he said it with conviction. What do you think about this?
So, I'm a Bills fan. I'm going to preface this by saying this.
Right.
He ain't lying.
Oh, are you serious?
He ain't lying.
No, Aaron, you can't. Listen.
Aaron Rodgers is a 4-time NFL MVP. He's won a Super Bowl. He was the NFL Super Bowl MVP, the one that he won.
Okay. But Aaron Rodgers today, right now, is Aaron Rodgers today a better quarterback than Josh Allen? It's not what Aaron Rodgers used to be. It's not what Aaron Rodgers has done. You got to compare Josh Allen to Aaron Rodgers today. And I think he's freaking ludicrous for saying that Josh Allen is worse than Rodgers today in the current state. Aaron Rodgers going down 4 minutes into the freak, or 4 snaps into last.
Well, I guess that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Let's take it another way. If based on body of work to this point, now Rodgers has a lot more years. But let's just say that neither one of them were playing in the NFL anymore. That's what I'm basing that's what I'm making my point on. Let's say that neither.
Well, yeah, you can go statistics and historicals and all that. I get that. But
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, Josh Allen has not achieved even close to any of the things that Aaron Rodgers has achieved. And I'd also
agree.
point this out. Aaron Rodgers just won the MVP in 2020 and 2021 while Josh Allen was in the league. Right? So, we're not talking about Aaron Rodgers from 10 years ago. Aaron Rodgers was the league MVP 3 years ago. And he was also the league MVP the year before that. Right? So that's where I kind of land on this.
So Jeremy just chimed in and said, who had a better team when Rodgers won those compared to Bill's roster with Allen best year? Because honestly, Allen had a better team with less success and Rodgers' worst team with better success.
Okay.
And that actually is it's a fair comment because what did I say about Josh
You have
Allen?
said that.
And what did I just say about Mahomes and Allen?
Yeah.
I said Josh Allen is a well-rounded quarterback without his core, where Pat Mahomes needs his core to be the better quarterback.
Yeah.
So Jeremy is kind of he's reiterating, I think, that sentiment of what I said just a little bit ago. So Jeremy, I agree with that.
Absolutely.
That's right. You're right. Aaron Rodgers has done a lot more with a worse team, and Josh Allen has done less with a far better team.
Right. And I'd also point out that
But I still can't get on board, Justin.
That's okay.
With
that's why we do
you
this.
telling me that today at this very moment that Aaron Rodgers is better than Josh Allen. I can't
How about
see it.
here's the reason is because I would maybe again just put it in a different context. So in the last 10 years, Aaron Rodgers has won 4 MVPs.
Yeah.
Are we going to say that Josh Allen's going to win 4 MVPs in the next 10 years? To match Aaron Rodgers?
You know what? He should
And
be.
you're right. The talent is there.
Yeah, the talent's definitely
Talent's
the potential is there.
The potential is there.
I think it's up to McDermott and Bean what actually happens.
Right. Sure.
Unfortunately, McDermott.
Sure.
Well, I would say right now, again, who's at fault here?
Oh,
Why
it's-
is it?
it's
Josh
Mc-
Allen
it's-
should have had an MVP by now. Is it Bean or McDermott?
It's McDermott.
I think so too.
We agree on that
Yes,
all
we
day
do.
long. Yep.
We do.
Yep. Yep.
Bean served up McDermott with a silver freaking platter.
Gave him all the keys.
Gave him everything he needed, and
Yep.
and McDermott failed to deliver. And we still
Right.
will not fire him.
Nope.
We still will not let McDermott go.
Kudos to our boy Jeff because he and I think most would agree he believes that McDermott is on the hot seat this year.
He better fucking be.
He
on the
has to
hot
be,
seat.
right?
He better be on that hot seat
He
because I'll
has
tell
to
you right
be.
now. And again, you know this better than anybody. How quickly do they sack NBA coaches
Oh my God!
when they don't make it to the
Dude,
freaking championship within the first 2 years?
You've
You're
had
done.
in the NBA coaches of the year get fired in the offseason.
Yeah.
You literally have had coaches get coach of the year and then get fired. Okay, so yeah, I mean you're right there on that.
They don't put up with any bullshit.
Yeah.
You come in, they hire you as a coach,
And if you don't win, you're out.
and then again,
You said the same in soccer across seas,
in
right?
Premier League.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And they were arguing. I was listening to a podcast earlier today, Justin. They were arguing that in the NBA, they need to be a little bit more patient.
They do. They
are
absolutely
way
do.
too quick to
Yeah.
fire these coaches.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here thinking, holy shit, have you fucking met the Buffalo Bills?
And with the
Because they're not
exception of the
firing McDermott.
Bills, you could say the same of the NFL. But McDermott has had a huge window, right? So let's do this. How many games does McDermott need to win, or how far do they need to go this year for him not to get fired, in your opinion?
The fucking Super Bowl.
Okay.
If
Get to or win?
Get to it.
Get to,
Just
okay,
get to it.
okay.
No, you don't got to win it because, again, getting to it with this
Right.
team would be miraculous.
Right, yeah. With this team, oh my God.
With this
yes.
team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't well, I don't even have them winning the division.
But here's the thing, though. This is a tough one, actually. Because if McDermott takes this transitional team, and I'm going to call him a transitional team. I know you don't like that term. If McDermott takes the trans Bills, okay, We're gonna call. We're gonna if McDermott takes the them all the way to the playoffs. Okay,
The he and hims.
if they take the he's and the hims all the way to the playoffs, that's a feat in itself.
It will be.
But
With this roster.
with this roster,
But I hope again that the ownership and executive group doesn't fall for it.
right?
Because I even with the roster in question, getting to the playoffs, look, this franchise has regressed year over year, right? 3 years ago it was the AFC Championship game. Then they went to they keep getting bounced out in the first round. Then they went to the second round. Then they got so you have to at least make a further run than you have the last couple of years, I would imagine. So
I would like to put up a poll right now. Should McDermott get fired if he doesn't get the Bills to the playoffs?
yeah, or how many games? Or I mean, however
What
you
is
want to phrase
what
it,
does
right?
the record need to be? What does
What's the
rec-
over-under on McDermott getting fired? 10, 10 and a half, 12, whatever the case may be, right? All right. And we don't want this. We don't wish that for anybody, but my God, you've had 8 years and maybe one of the most talented rosters year in and year out, and you just can't get the job done.
Listen.
And the other teams in the division, well, the Dolphins exclusively, and in the AFC are getting stronger. Well, we're just kind of in trans mode.
So we're going to cut this clip and put it in the highlight reel. I want to know, what's the over-under on McDermott getting fired?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
If McDermott does not take the Bills to the playoffs, should
He's
he be
done.
fired? Yes.
Yes.
If McDermott does not win the AFC East Championship with this team, should he get fired?
The AFC, the division?
The division. If he fails to win the division this year with this team,
See, now
should
I feel
McDermott
like
get fired?
the division, no. Because my thing is more on the run in the playoffs. They can still get into the playoffs and make a run even if they don't win the division. But I don't think they're going to win the division. I don't.
But
we just
so here's my concern.
Sure.
They're going to not fire McDermott because of all the changes.
I agree.
Because
Yep, that's my
Pagulas
thought.
are going to sit there and be like, well, we made a ton of changes.
Yeah.
Is it really McDermott's fault? Well, then whose fucking fault is
Whose
it?
fault is it?
Right?
Whose fault
I'm
was it
sick-
the last 7 years?
This is the problem with Buffalo. Some teams have a problem with playing too much of the blame game.
Yep.
This team
Don't do
will
it
not
enough.
point the finger at anybody.
Yep.
I mean, we just saw what happened with the Lakers coach.
Yep.
They blamed him for LeBron's bullshit,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And the Cavaliers now, Cleveland. Didn't they just go, what's the deal with Cleveland?
With the Cavaliers?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean the Cavs are still in the playoffs,
Right. And
But-
if they and I heard if they don't, I heard again, I was listening to a podcast today and they were saying, dude, give the Cavs a freaking break. They just took this team much further than anybody anticipated that they would take them.
Yep. They
Like, let's all-
overachieved. They
They
overachieved.
overexceeded, and then but there's already talks of, well, if they don't go all the way, we're going to fire the coach.
Well, and
It's like, hold on a second.
and if I may, we have the lovely LaDunk controlling the narrative again.
With
'Cause did
Bronny.
you see what he did the other night? No,
no, I
he
didn't.
showed up to the Cavaliers game.
Okay.
Made sure he got his standing ovation. Because LeBron has to stay in the mainstream media, right?
He's such a
So
dude.
this bum gets bounced out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about him anymore. So what's he do? He flies to Cleveland on
course he
his
does.
private jet
Yeah.
and sits courtside at a Cavs
Just,
game
hey.
where he's revered because he brought Cleveland a trophy. Right? So he walks into the arena.
Well, he's going back to Cleveland next year.
Well, and now that's the narrative.
And that's the narrative,
The
because
narrative
because-
is LeBron is very strategic and he knows what he's doing.
Because where can I get Bronny on?
Right.
Where can I get little
Yeah.
Bronny on? And there's going to be the whole LeBron exit Cinderella freaking story.
But then I've read stories that the Lakers are all in on doing whatever LeBron needs to do to get his son to LA. So,
So-
LeBron is like him and Jerry Jones must be brothers because they just can't help themselves,
Yeah.
right?
So Jeremy's got some good comments. He said, I like the Dolphins and Jets. He said, the Bills are not going to win the East. He said, I'd say 55% chance Dolphins, 35% to Jets, 9.9%.
Okay, first of all, where's he coming up with these numbers?
Jeremy,
Come on, dude.
Jeremy.
What are you, a statistician? 9.9%.
Well, hold on a second. He said 0.1% to the Pats. Jeremy, did you freaking kill me, dude? Just come on the goddamn show next time, okay? Because like you're saying, Jeremy's running our show right now. Do you know that?
He's like the ghost. He's like the ghost host.
He's the best.
We're the co-host, and he's the ghost host.
So, ghost host Jeremy Dwam, Steelers Nation. By the way, this is a Steelers boy. By the way, everybody. Okay. Jeremy Dwam said lots of reports on Lakers wanting Bronny. No freaking. Come on.
I've read them. He ain't lying. Yeah.
Why?
To appease LeBron. This is why, Matt. Because LeBron runs whatever franchise he plays for, he's running the franchise.
So is it not about money anymore?
It's about
Sorry. It's all about money.
Of course it is.
Is it not about winning anymore?
No, it's not. It's about ticket sales.
That's sad.
And dollars.
That's sad.
Right? Because then they'll be able to say, we're the only franchise that's ever had a father-son duo play together. Right? Some bullshit. Right? So... come on. Just it's just humorous to me how much this man has to stay in the mainstream media. It's absolutely amazing to me. So, but we'll see what happens. And
but here's the thing, though. It's amazing to me that they let him stay in the mainstream media and that nobody gives a shit about winning anymore. And that is the NBA's. Listen, they might be able to pull it off with our generation, Justin.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, it's not going to fly with the next generation.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
The youth is already losing interest in pro sports.
Yeah.
Okay, they're in big trouble.
Yeah.
And I think the NFL knows that, which is why they gravitated.
That's why they brought in Tay-Tay.
That's why they brought in Tay-Tay. That's why they're going to the UK. They know their days are numbered in America. Because they know that people aren't tuning into sports as much as they used to.
Yeah.
But instead of just saying, well, screw it, let's go overseas, let's bring in Taylor, why don't they ask themselves why?
Right. Yeah.
Instead of saying, oh, well, fuck it, the next generation's not going to watch us, so let's get on to our next best thing. Right. Why not just say,
fix it?
Why don't we fix it?
Yeah, fix it.
Why don't we try to actually go back to putting winning games ahead of ratings?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe then the youth will be interested. Because I'll tell you right now, and I don't know how your kids are, but I have a very, very athletic son.
Sure.
And by that, I don't mean good or bad.
No,
I mean,
that's right.
He's so into his sports.
That's right.
And the second he finds out that it's more about the ratings than winnings, he's done.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why not change that now? Right. Why not bring back 1970s basketball?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Why not bring
back the dirty?
Bring back the days of Wilt Chamberlain. Yeah. Bring back the days of Michael Jordan.
Forearms across the face.
Well, where we all grew up.
Yeah.
Watching a game, not wondering, is it rigged?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Right?
Speaking of, I mean, look at this game behind us. And 114 to 66.
See, and this is the playoffs.
114 to 66
against the Denver. Yep, this is Denver game.
Minnesota is smoking these boys.
That's a lot.
That's almost a 50-point difference
in the playoffs. How do you even make it to the playoffs if you can't hang with
and Denver's the number 2 seed? Come on now. This is why it's hard to watch this stuff. It's the playoffs, to your point, and we have a 114 to 66 game. Wow. Okay. All right.
I just think they need to do something. All right, so back to the Aaron Rodgers debate. The Aaron Rodgers debate is Aaron Rodgers a better coach than Josh Allen, or a better player than Josh Allen? You said yes. I say no.
Yeah.
Free agent safety Micah Hyde says he will either play for the Bills in 2024 or retire.
So we know what's going to happen here.
It's Bills or retire.
Yep.
What's going to happen with him?
Come on back.
He's going to come on back?
This guy's still fairly young and very competitive and in great shape. He still has a lot to offer to a team. He'll be back. If this statement is true, and we have no doubt we don't just make stuff up here. There it is by SI Sports. You know, if that would be a big deal for Hyde to come back to the Bills with that secondary that's very sketchy right now, that would be amazing to have him come back. And what's interesting though, it does make you wonder. No other team has showed interest in him, and it does make you wonder why. So. That would be fantastic, though, if Micah were to come back and join the team and shore up that secondary. That would be really strong, obviously. So
I think the Bills can use him right now.
Yeah,
That's
of course.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think they'd be insane not to.
Yeah.
So it'll be very interesting to see what happens with Hyde and. Everything else that the Bills have going on.
Yeah, of course.
This year, it'll be a very.
So let's do this too. If we can, let's go back to the schedule, and what Bills game or two should we target this year to attend in person?
All right, let's take a look at it.
All right, let's take a look here.
I like that.
And for anybody on with us, there's still a bunch of folks on with us. If you're going to go to a Bills game or two this
What's
year.
the game you want to see this year?
Let's pull. Well, here I got them right here, but pull that schedule back up if you can. I always enjoy going to the Miami game. It's always a great game to go to. Okay, and the home game is on the latter end of the season, so maybe that Miami Dolphins game in Week 9. That'd be a good game to go to. What do you say? Anyone or the Lions? Oh, that's away though. Lions is away.
All right. So, how many games do I get to go to?
So the blue are the home games, right? So, let's see.
How many do I get to go? We got to pick, right?
If you got to go to two,
What
which
are the
two are we
games
going
I
to?
want? Definitely Kansas City
Oh yeah, Kansas City at home,
and San Francisco.
San Francisco.
I'd love
okay.
to see Mahomes against Allen and Purdy.
Okay, all right.
Those are the two games.
Okay.
Because listen, first of all, they're going to be a lot cheaper. Okay, than the playoffs game.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
If you were going to see Mahomes against Allen in the playoffs game, it costs a
Oh my
fortune.
God! Stop. Yeah. Yeah.
Or the only way you'd see Purdy and Allen was in the Super Bowl.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
True.
So I would have to pick. I don't care about seeing the Dolphins and Tua and all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, and I've already seen them before.
Yeah.
So.
But here's the other thing. Actually, I'm going to change.
You want to see
it.
Aaron? You want to see your boy?
I want to see Aaron Rodgers.
I knew you were going to change it. You want to see your boy, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Now,
I
here's
wanna-
the thing,
I
though,
wanna
about the
see my
Jets.
boy.
How about this, my man? How about this, my friend?
Yeah.
We could do that and go to New York City. We could go to the Bills Jets game in New York City, right?
Yeah.
So, I almost did it last year. They have every year, for those of you that are local here in the upstate New York area,
Yeah.
AAA sponsors 3 or 4 Bills road games.
Okay.
Where for like $800 or $900 you can
Yeah.
get a ticket and a bus and a hotel and everything to an away game.
Okay.
Last year they did it in New York against the Jets for the season opener, or whatever that was, Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
They did it against the Commanders and God, I don't remember the third game. So I'm curious to see what those games are this year.
Right.
I've also been talking to our buddy Jeff Sherwood about going to the Bills Miami game in Miami.
Really?
Right? South Beach. Mm-hmm. But that's also in week 2, so that's going to be in that's like the first week of school. We're dads, so we probably
Right.
can't pull that off.
Right.
But yeah, I would certainly say I'm with you. The Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers.
Yeah.
Those would be good games to go to. Right now, if you had to pick a road game, what are you saying? I'm
Road
saying
game, I would say. So here we go.
I'm
road
thinking an easy
games.
flight, Miami or Baltimore.
No, dude.
I'm not going to Baltimore. That's
no.
dirty.
I got
Detroit.
it. Nope. I'm going to go see C.J. Stroud and Diggs.
In Houston. Oh,
I'm going to go to Houston.
Okay.
That's my deal.
All right.
That's my deal. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us
Great
tonight.
show tonight.
Sports,
Thanks for
great
everyone.
show, great comments, great commentary out of my boy Justin. Thank you for all your insight. And stay tuned, guys. We'll be back next weekend as we get ready and closer to the NFL football season. You guys have a great rest of the weekend.
Like.